It is 6 p.m. on Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. We're going to open the regular board meeting. Do roll call, please.
Trustee Ben. Here. William. Absent. Nathan.
Here.
John.
Here.
Patrick.
Here.
Chris. Absent. President Rick.
Here.
Treasurer Brenda. Here. Clerk Lisa. Here. Clerk Deputy Erica. Here. Public Works Supervisor Bart.
Here.
Parks Lead Brody.
Here.
Attorney Dan.
Here. All right. Please rise to the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Best topic.
All right. On the consent agenda this evening, we have 3 items. The July 8th, 2025 administrative board minutes. Item 2, bills payable dated August 12th, 2025 for a total of $107,791.14. And item 3, ordinance number 25-19, authorizing the disposal of personal property owned by the Village of Davis Junction, which is a 2019 Easy Go Express L6 golf cart. This time, do any of the board members wish to remove any of those 3 items for further discussion? If not, we'll entertain the first motion.
I move to place agenda items 1, 2, and 3 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further mention that all items be considered together as the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Jen makes a motion to place items 1 through 3 inclusively as a consent agenda. John seconds. Roll call, please.
Chris. Sorry. Jen.
Yes.
Nathan.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
It passes. Second motion. Passed 6-0.
I move to adopt items 1, 2, and 3 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the municipal procedures specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to adopt items 1 through 3 inclusively as a consent agenda. Nathan seconds. Roll call, please.
Patrick.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Nathan.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
No. That motion passes at 6:03. We have no item D needed this evening. Under me. Still trying to convince him to take the commissioner's spot, the chairperson's place. He still has questions. Dan did answer some of them for him. They would like to be able to get their information a little sooner. Seems we had a problem with that in the office previously. We will see if we can rectify that. Utility bill fraud. Dan, will you pick a winner?
Information sooner how, just out of curiosity.
What's that?
Information sooner how, like,
They didn't get the information until they walked in here.
oh, you said being emailed ahead
Right.
of time and being able to look over stuff before
Yes.
they got it.
And so that became an issue where they feel like they're just,
You know,
token
time to compare.
right,
I get it.
no research. 194 Autumnwood Lane is the winner of the water bill fraud. Set that down there. All right. Discussion on Rolling Meadows water. Fergie, you want to bring everyone up to date?
Either that, Eric can chime in whenever, so, basically. Here's like the water meter, for Rolling Meadows, now this is their well, their community well, not Fox Flood, not anything to do with the village. It's what we base our sewer bills on, correct, Eric? Is basically no longer reading, so. They are estimating, I'm guessing?
Correct.
Okay, so basically, we're trying to figure out, who owns that meter? Did we pay and put it in? Did they do it? Who's kind of responsible for changing it? So,
We have no, Eric has been going through the records trying to find any information. The two documents she has, I don't believe pertain to it. I have a feeling this may be another one of those meters that mysteriously appeared out at Rolling Meadows in an agreement between people that used to be here. Years ago, not recently.
Do we have an
Um,
alternate on like what either? Like.
We don't know that we can-
How old?
I mean, I guess, doesn't matter, I mean.
Right,
The other thing is they haven't let us on the property take a look at that meter or any of that other stuff, right?
Yes,
So
they
this is the one they won't let us,
No, they
in
do.
the past.
this is the one that's in their
They've
well,
always let us have access to this?
yeah, it's in their well building.
Well, I know, but there were some problems before.
That was manholes, sewer manholes.
Getting in and seeing some stuff or going in and seeing their.
That was sewer manholes.
Sewer manholes. So it does not appear that we have so far found an agreement that we have with them for having that meter there, for having ownership decided in that agreement. What else would you want in that agreement, Dan? Other than just to have it there and who owns it?
And access to it, being able to read it.
So that's the stuff we need to probably start working on. Dan did bring up that we have a meeting with them this Friday, a Zoom meeting at 9 AM now. That's been set for. So it'd be a really good time to bring that up if we can come up with what we think.
Well, I mean, we need to do what's right for those residents, and I feel that this is an opportunity to start those negotiations, if nothing else, since they haven't been listening to those in the past. Maybe now's the time, because
meter.
they need stuff, a meter, they need that other, whatever the waste thing, there was something else they needed to do, right? That was over there, I thought we were gonna put in.
What's the Zoom?
We discussed a sewer meter, but that's a
This,
much.
these two meters, the sewer meter and this water meter do the same
Same
function.
thing.
Except the sewer meter would be more, right,
Yep.
the sewer meter would be more accurate because if they have any I and I in their structures, this manhole structures, we would actually be reading that as well.
Correct.
Right now, we're only reading what they pump into the system as water and billing them on that.
And well, actually, we're not doing that because it's not working.
It's being, yes, Erica is
Right,
estimating.
we're estimating based on.
Not accurate.
Starts at a,
Yeah,
at a water bill. right?
well, I mean, it's probably an educated based on past performance.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's really hot out there right now. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that.
And dry.
is underestimating
This morning.
drastically at the moment. We've had quite the summer this year. So. All right,
So,
So we're using historical averages then to build it.
yes,
which is our only option at this point that I think
That's fair enough.
is fair, yeah.
so
So what are we proposing at the moment, or what do you guys think is our best option, or what's the recommendation? I got you all.
have you talked with Erica about the ownership pros and cons?
We've had a few conversations.
You and I had the
Yes,
conversation about pros and cons about us owning it, them owning it.
Yes,
First one is the meter's $3,000. And if we own it and have to replace it, we obviously have to pay $3,000.
Yep.
Nice thing about us owning it is if it does break, we replace it, we right back into business. If they own it, they could drag their feet.
Or never replace it or.
Well, but we'd know it was bad because we read it, you know, all of a sudden we're at 3,000 gallons and what's typical average out there?
About
Yeah, so it's a lot of water, a lot of sewer in this case. I'm sure Dan has recommendations.
Just pulling my old files, I think we had talks about that related to this in 2019. I'm finding, I'll have to look at these old
That's
files.
probably the sewer meter.
Yeah, we'll have to,
Either we can breach the subject Friday when we're on the phone with them. Or on the Zoom meeting with them. If you don't mind, we'll start the conversation then. Patrick, John,
Yeah, I'm fine. I think us owning the meter would be.
I've got odds over here, but
I mean, owning a meter, it seems like the best option, obviously, because then we have access to it, we can fix it. We can keep those residents going at any given time. But I don't know, while we're discussing all this stuff, it just seems like now's a good time to maybe discuss a whole lot of updating over there. So that way we can do the right thing all at once.
so why don't
Well,
remind me?
providing they have the funds.
not,
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry, John.
Well, it's gonna be a lot of uphill feeling if we do this, because they're not gonna wanna pay for this. It's obvious we've done the answer that I've gotten when I talk to them, the answer that the previous trustees have gotten when we talk to them is that they're not gonna do anything about it because they wanna make money off of the water that comes in there.
Right,
And two is they're fine with the system they have because they're not drinking it.
we
So-
did figure out that if we actually build them. We came up with a rate we could build them. where they could actually raise it to what they're currently charging out there. And so they wouldn't see it necessarily an increase in their water bill, but they would actually make money off our water.
Equal to or whatever they're making now, like to a point where they'd say yes to
I
this?
don't know, but I know they've done more work to that well this year than they have in
Mhm.
pretty much any year past. And if that well fails, they're done. They have to
That
join.
well's on its last leg last time.
Yeah, I think they painted it.
So,
Their pressure tank or whatever it is out there, they painted that. Yeah.
But
there's
there's
some stuff on the bottom of that was being stirred up that we we're worried about and
Yeah.
everybody else was worried about,
and they
like,
put like a flocculant in it to drop everything to the bottom.
just great until it gets stirred up again.
I guess the only question I would have, which doesn't have to be discussed tonight, it's more of a Dan question. Typically on anything that is village water, we own the meter. We go in, we replace it. This has nothing to do, yes, we bill sewer off of it, but it's not our water, it's not our pipe, it's nothing to do with the village. I guess that would be my only question is, can we still own the meter even if it's nothing to do with the village? So that would be that's the only thing that popped up into my head later, after we talked, Rick, was can we own the meter? We own the MXU
Dan
that
will
reads the
find
meter,
out.
but I didn't know. I didn't know how that works.
That looks like a subject we've negotiated
Oh,
before, so,
okay.
well, that would be a good place to
Okay.
pick up the ball for.
So we can definitely discuss try to discuss Friday as well about them joining our water system.
I mean, this is
We
the
have-
time you have them at the table where they're even willing
Right.
to listen. I mean, this is the time to push that, in my opinion. Like, because if you don't, you're gonna miss out on an opportunity.
So
Well,
if Dan and I can meet prior to the meeting with them, then we can discuss all this stuff and
I wouldn't, and I recommend that highly.
how we're gonna approach, how we're gonna
Let's
approach
fix
it.
it. Let's get this bandit they keep putting on this giant
Well-
guy over there fixed. I mean, if the right. thing-
Well, I mean, the only other, we came up with the sewer meter was gonna be somewhere around $20,000 to install. At the low end.
I think it was one.
It's gonna be more than
At the
that.
low end.
Yeah, I think.
So, I mean,
it was 20.
I think so personally,
Yeah.
but
We need
I'm
to,
not an
we need to
engineer.
get this replaced at this price.
Yeah.
Because we can at least accurately bill what we have now, or at least the
Well,
best
is
we
this
can.
meter coming from in the States or is it coming from?
I thought you
somewhere
said it was
else? It's
$3,000.
Never, nothing's gonna get cheaper.
The water meter.
no, I can pick one up.
If we were to do the sewer meter, we would measure the flow going in rather than.
It's in
flowing
here.
out.
We got a lot of money going out, so I
We
don't know
do,
if that's on
that's-
the top of my list right now, but.
But we have to be able to accurately bill.
Yes,
Oh,
we
that
have.
part, yes, $3,000 is a small price to pay for accurate.
And honestly, there is a
other-
possibility that we can even pick that meter up cheaper than 3,000 with our discount that we get, so.
That'd be great.
I mean, you
All
look
right,
at what
we
we
will
get,
discuss that Friday and I will report back to you.
But I mean, this 3,000 is that we.
That
spent
don't
on this
bother
meter
me.
Should, in theory, be captured.
Yes,
yeah,
Correct.
what you're losing.
Money we're losing.
Yes.
So we fix the problem that will, it's granted more money in the long.
Correct.
yeah. And the only other thing on top of that is Rick and I had discussed, we would, if we go down that road of we buy the meter, everything else, it's the village meter. We will have it installed by a licensed plumber. The village employees will be hands off of this.
Because it's not our pipe.
Yeah, so it will be installed by someone else.
I'd be scared to touch their pipes up,
Right.
to be honest with you, like if I was.
Just
If
like-
I was a contractor.
If it's our pipe all day long, because we're responsible, but their pipe,
Warranty my work on that pipe, bro.
Right.
But.
'cause
Alright.
it'd be that whole, after you fix my flat tire, my air conditioning doesn't work.
But you wearing cufflinks, you scratched my pay.
Yeah,
I'm
something.
still at that tire, I'd rather.
All right.
Meet them right.
So just wanted to bring you up to date on that because I think we found another one of those phantom meters. We knew it was there, we just don't know how it got there.
Yeah.
Everybody was hush hush.
Fancy. We used to do.
That's why we got rid of the old boy stuff. Went to documentation. Community solar for wastewater. It looks like you.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for putting me on the agenda and I'll be able to make two of these today, off of him here.
Wherever you'd like.
I've been emailing Rick and from his work, so about community solar, see if you guys are interested in it or not. Basically, they're building these solar fields around, combat territory. And just, you get an anchor tenant, a large customer, or you get like 40% of it's gotta be filled with residential customers. Now we got a small part in between, that's just perfect fit for the village company and wastewater treatment accounts. And so typically they will get a 10% solar credit to the communities. There's no cost, no investment on the village at all. You just subscribe to it. It's money that every customer, common customer is paying into under taxes and fees. It's a 0.5% a kilowatt hour directly into it. Who gets the money back? People who sign up for community solar, or if you put solar in your home, part of your SREX in that you get back for installation from the state. It's coming out of that solar pool. So I submitted your accounts, your pumping accounts to your solar. And they came back and we're gonna be able to fill them all if the board decides you wanna do that. Bottom line is worth about $5,200 a year. Not a lot of money. Small communities, it's not too bad. And pretty much it comes from the water and sewer budget. So what happens is each account, a well or treatment plant gets assigned to one or more fields. They can go up to like 60,000 kilowatt hours. So what happens is you may have like the treatment plant uses more, be assigned to a couple different fields to fill it. One of the reasons I use US Solar is two reasons. One, they've got multiple fields, so they can fill up everything without having to go to different providers. The second thing is you are an investment grade customer, which means they like municipalities. One, because you're not moving, you're changing your business around or this or that. Once you're in, you're in. And then we're in for like 20 years. Investment grade to them also means they have to borrow money, they're out there borrowing money to build these fields and that, they want to make sure we get it back. And so when they go to their financing companies, they get a little bit better rate. They go to borrow a lot of money for these things. Have an investment grade customers. So it's kind of a win-win for everyone. And you couldn't do this 3 years ago if somebody came in and said, let's do community solar, I would say, no, we're saving more money on third-party supplier for your energy that you're using over ComEd than community solar. Now you can do both. That's the whole difference. And so if you open it up for a guy like me, can come out and already present to our existing customers. Now, the only reason you would not want to do it, if you're going to put communities, or if you're going to put a solar on your wastewater treatment plant for yourselves and install that, and then you would get the credits or to help subsidize that, and we can't do both. So, I sent a resolution the mayor and that just gives them permission to sign us as a certificate or contract. It's like we do for company or media. And we can get the agreements rolling. Now, we had started out with 5 fields, we got 3 left. So things are going on the top. And when we first started talking, we were at the 10% rate that we were talking about. So total be worth $126,000. And each year, the ComEd rate keeps going up. It's not on the rate we get from a third-party supplier that you get the credits from. The 15% credits off whatever the ComEd rate is. So that right now it's like 10 cents. Our mini ag's doing well, our pumping council are doing well. This ComEd rate in June is going to 10 cents. So questions?
Couple questions. Are we with the community price point that we get? Is that based off of our usage also? Because we negotiate a price usually for energy usage out here.
I
Are
don't
we
think,
in that negotiation? And if so, I'm assuming that would affect our negotiations in the future?
he's the same guy. I don't think any of our wastewater or water are on that at all. I believe we're still on ComEd.
Yeah, Brenda would be but yes, everything comes through a ComEd,
Are we in the aggregation?
the aggregate.
A separate aggregation of residents.
Okay.
Okay, so making this deal for our residents, is that based off of what we get involved with?
People about business on their.
Yeah, it's 3 different items. Our water, our wastewater treatment and wells is one contract for the village.
Okay.
And it's cheaper than doing the aggregate. Because the treatment plant usually runs 24/7. On electricity, every hour. There's a value to the cost of kilowatt hour. During the day, when people are awake and businesses are running. They have to add more expensive production onto the line to supply everybody's needs. Nights and weekends, not so much. The treatment plant sits around on cheap power. So when you look at the overall average, that helped bring the cost of the wells down too. Because power every hour has a rate. Now in residential, you'll see it peak up, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and peaking down, and then you'll throw it off a little bump. People get home and start doing their stuff, and 9, 10 o'clock at night, it kind of falls off. But, so that's residential. Out here, we get better rates on that. Instead of Chicago, you use about 150, 200 kilowatt hours. In these apartments, and that, and there's a lot more power in summer to cool down buildings. Out here, we got a extra refrigerator or freezer, things like that. So we use more load per cup, so that's why we get better rates for our residents. But this community solar doesn't affect the rates on the other two things we're talking about at all. It's just out there, you either, you want to take the money or don't take it.
So it doesn't affect our aggregation deal we already have.
No, it won't affect either.
So
Essentially, yes.
Save a little over $100, or save about $100 a week.
No,
Right.
$100 a week will not affect future negotiations for the aggregation rates that we do for our citizens.
Oh.
He's the one who puts that
They wanna
together.
opt into community solar, because we have a community solar farm going in here, solar farm going in here, so. We've been versed on what community solar does for the community, and obviously, sounds like he can do the same thing for us. But I'm just concerned that, in the future, how long is the contract for too? I guess, is this a contract that we get involved with you guys with community solar?
So, Griffin, you're on those fields for as long as they last. You're gonna get your 15%.
So it's just-
If we sign up for community solar, we are, I don't wanna say stuck, but the contract lasts as long as the solar farm lasts, is that what I just heard?
Yeah.
So we can't get a better rate, if there's a better rate or something better in the future, we're still stuck to the community solar contract? Is that what you just
So
said?
we have an out.
That you can, after 5 years, if you wanted to go do something else, fine. They'll find somebody else that will take your spot. In this. Okay, so it's not like it's not like you're casting cement. But on the other hand, it usually we used to be able to get 20.
As long as I would help.
Now we're gonna get 10, and we couldn't even get that discount for the accounts. So here, it's all residential, or it's like the big hospitals, where virtually every time one of these 5 megawatt farms come on. All that power is sucked up by big customers. So now we've got it, so it's available for these size of
So we're
towns.
just purchasing back.
I don't want to say it's kind of a one-time deal.
Driving to
It's a
it.
subscription.
I guess my concern would be is someday if the village decides to go with their own solar option or their own wind option or whatever other new. Electrical opportunity is out there, that we would be stuck with you guys, but if it's only 5 years and then we can opt out. Yeah, there's no penalty to opt out, there's no time limit that it takes, you don't need to find another customer to eat this up to let us out. None of that exists. Cause obviously, it sounds like we're a big enough customer that if we leave, you would need a big customer to take advantage of this. For us to opt out, or can we just say, I'm sorry, at 5 years, you found a better option, we're leaving, and then that's okay.
It's hard for me to predict what will happen then, but I think some of these right now are kind of going away at the federal level and stuff, so there might not be a lot more to it. But it's kind of like it's good deal now.
Well, we would have Dan review the contract or Mark review the contract first anyway.
Well, obviously, I'd like to know.
That's what I just asked him.
Right now, because I'm really confused in this conversation.
I just asked him if we could actually do a 5-year because some things we can't do contracts longer than my term.
Sure.
So,
Well, Manuka just did 25 years, just if you wanna Google Manuka, Illinois.
Dan's on it.
So basically, you're just purchasing back a subscription share of your own solar generated power, it's a.
Well, you
subscription.
told me what fields come from.
So,
Yeah, there's one at Manlius, and that's down, kind of northwest of Princeton. And the other field was, Dutch, right here, right outside of Oregon. And the third field that was open, Linden, but that's full now. So it's kind of like. There's some urgency to this, the next field is coming online, there is going to see some of the 2026. So.
Sounds like our field.
But.
so.
Would you Dan not been doing so?
So,
Not necessary, but possibly.
if you had land here and you wanted a solar developer.
We're already doing it.
They already doing it.
Yeah, already going in. You can go drive down 72 and see it right now.
22 acres.
They're going, your benefit on that is the rental.
The tax credit, we don't get any rental fee, it's not on our property. Yep, but go on.
Oh, you.
It's not our property, it's a farm,
Private development.
we're getting a little snippet of that, and
Okay,
it's a snippet, so we don't.
the farmer's getting the benefit.
Yeah, yeah, you know, yeah.
But for that to happen, you have to get that solar developer to come in and tell you what they want, or what they'll offer you on that. Right now, 10%. I talked to a old broker in the road today. They've been doing this for a couple of years. They said, Mike, the best you can get is 10. How did you get 15? It was just negotiated, because I'm pulling everybody together with Ogle County, City of Oregon and Polo, Milledgeville. Shoot, they're all just running together. They've already signed their subscriptions.
Sure.
They're good to go. Took a year to get Oregon, or Ogle County and Oregon just signed
Well-
and on it. And it's taken this long to get to this point. But now it's like. I was at Lanark, they already approved the resolution, so on so forth. They're reviewing the subscription and disclosure. They're all boilerplate, they all come, the state's here to help us, that kind of a thing.
I don't ever believe that.
Well, community solar itself is pretty new, right? Within the last 5 or so years, maybe a little longer.
Right.
Okay,
The anchor tenants, right,
and then this is just now starting to be available to larger establishments and communities, right? Or like municipalities. right?
Wastewater
Or smaller municipalities and things like that.
right.
So this is something how long has this option been available? In the last year or 2 years? You know,
Like I said, we started with Ogle County and the city of Oregon,
a year ago, right?
and now we've gotten to this point. But all of a sudden now it's like a rush. Everybody, not only myself, I want to get my municipalities in, because our bread and butter is doing it third party suppliers. But this a little added, we're getting lots of additions on the electric bill, on the bottom, taxes and fees. This is something to make a minus sign on the accounts. So if you look at, not around 1 year, but it's got up. And for $5,000, how many residents does that cover on the water and sewer bill? If you look at it that way.
Oh. Considering that we're still in the red for that, I don't, no, it's gonna be a long way before we're good for that, so. I mean, I don't hate 5 years of a subscription, if we can opt out in 5, but. I don't know, this.
Well, tonight's discussion,
Everything else is a little sketchy for me still right now, but I'd love to see the proposal, I'd love to see what they're offering and, make sure that it sounds kosher to Dan and their group, but. I mean, saving. Any amount of money is a benefit to us.
tonight's discussion, if you want to move forward with it, we can send the agreement to Dan, put it back on the agenda in 2 weeks. Then you'll get the agreement once Dan says okey dokey and you can review it.
Is this something that maybe we can reach out to the solar farm that is in building up and see if they can even add something better into as it comes online? I mean, is that something you want to look forward to or? I mean, it is right here in our backyard, so between Oregon and us, would be.
The solar builder.
They have two names, Hume Solar and something else.
Oh.
I'm just trying
Under the
to
sea.
make sure that we don't miss out on an opportunity that's in our own backyard, so. No? No, we just-
I don't even know what, I don't even know when that's slated to be done.
You know, well, for one thing, I'm not, you know, of course, I'm not involved in that.
Sure.
I'm not involved in that, but. The industry standard is 10%.
Sure.
That's all they're gonna offer you, pretty much maybe.
Today, right.
So we, no, like 15%, it's here, kind of take it or leave it. I think the resolution to that authorized the mayor to sign a subscription and approve subscription and disclosure. Well, all you're doing is letting, you know, put it in their hands tonight and going from there. It's not a lot to,
Well, tonight we can't do action, it's just discussion.
okay.
They can't make a decision on that tonight. It's
Okay.
strictly on here discussion. Thoughts?
I mean, we can move forward on it, I just need a lot more information before I can make a decision on this, this doesn't sound, on surface, it sounds.
Good.
It sounds, I'll just say that, I'm not ready to make a
Somebody else
decision,
is getting
get
ready.
the information that,
Well, once we have the agreement, then you'd have that.
obviously, yeah.
It has to get
I'd love
the-
to push it forward just so we can see more.
Okay.
I mean, I can make a decision another time, I mean, on paper, it sounds $5,200 sounds great,
Jen?
but.
Yeah, we need more information.
That's more information.
All right, we'll get it out there and have him get the agreement. We'll put you back on 2 weeks and
Like, when I emailed you and I copied Erica. I sent a subscription and a this disclosure. I'll resend that to you.
Okay.
So you can simply forward it on.
if you send it to me, I've got it. I'll just send it to him.
Okay,
I have it. I'll just send it to him.
okay. So you have what you need to review it and, 35 days. Thank you for putting me on.
Right.
For putting me on the spot.
Get him, Nathan. Last thing, or not next to the last thing under me is a resolution and I cannot make a motion.
Make a motion for approval of resolution number 2544, approving and authorizing quote from the Page Freezer for social media archiving services.
Second,
Nathan makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-44. Jen seconds. Assuming this is the thing we talked about previously, Lisa's been in training, you've been in training as well? Or he's been in contact with you?
It's, I talked to you about,
Mhm.
our past, social media archiving service, whatever, Archive Social, for the City Plus, and their rate is, I think, their rate is,
It's $4600 a year.
$4,600 a year, and, they are, after their. It's the $300 to start fee, but it will cost is. So. It was that.
Almost half of it.
Going forward, we wouldn't have to start up.
And the services are the same, their abilities to,
Yes.
the amount of storage is the same,
Yes.
or better.
Yes, archiving our, social media.
Discussion? Amy? Roll call. Money?
John,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Jen, yeah, Nathan,
Yes.
Passes at 6:34. Last thing I have tonight is 2 weeks ago, I told you I was meeting with the superintendent. The new superintendent that Friday, which I did. He informed me about the survey they were gonna send out. I received mine in the mail yesterday. I told them to be prepared for the answers because of the last thing they put out where they were only gonna take $10 and they ended up taking all the dollars shortly. But we're prepared for that. But seems like a nice guy, but they're looking for a lot of money. If you haven't received your survey in the mail yet,
I have.
but yeah,
A lot of
that's
money's an understatement.
a lot of money. $1,600 a year in taxes.
Yeah, so you got 1,064 or something.
They can do some other stuff too. So
Yeah.
it's nice.
It is, so
Cool.
it's interesting survey. I told them, because of the last referendum they did, be prepared for some great answers. Second one, I met with, the Ogle County Economic Development Group that same Friday in Polo. Representative Darren LaHood was there, talking about economic development and a lot about the big beautiful bill. And things going on with that, so that's where I was on Friday. A few days ago. 11 days ago, and again, like I told our watchdog, I am not looking for pay for either of those meetings. And we'll move on. Lisa. Brenda.
And she's going to do it. You got the audit to you, it's all in her packet, so it'll follow along.
All right, thank you. Good evening. Thank you for inviting me to your meeting to go through the results of your audit. We've issued several different reports as a result of the audit. My comments will focus mainly on the annual financial report as well as the management letter. I've got, maybe a 5 to 10 minute presentation prepared. Happy to answer any questions throughout after as well. So the first thing I'd like to cover is the audit opinion. We issued an unmodified opinion. So this is commonly referred to as a clean opinion on the village's financial statements. So that means that the financial statements are presented fairly in all material respects, the village's financial position and results of operations in accordance with the modified cash basis of accounting. So just a reminder that the village does report on the modified cash basis of accounting. So this differs from generally accepted accounting principles or GAAP. And that revenues and liabilities are reported when cash changes hands, essentially. So while this is not GAAP, it is appropriate for the village. We just make sure we disclose that within your opinion and within the financial statements as well. From there, I'll go over a few financial highlights. Total net position for the village as of April 30th, 2025 was $22.3 million. 15.2 million of that was your governmental activities. So that's your tax supported funds. And then 7 million was for your business type activities. Your business type activities are your water and sewer funds. So those are your funds that are supported by user fees. Governmental activities increased by about 800,000 over the prior year, largely driven by the host benefit fee revenue, which was approximately 1.96 million this year. And that accounted for about 60% of your total revenue. Business type activities decreased about $643,000 this year, primarily just due to between operating expenses and depreciation exceeded your operating revenues there. Your general fund ended the year with a healthy fund balance of about 9 million. This was an increase of 1.4 million over the prior year. One item I always like to look at in fund balance is comparing what your fund balance is compared to your annual operating expenses. So in your general fund, as you know, your fund balance is much larger than, just 1 year of operating expenses. And, that's kind of what I would expect to see, given that your general fund has historically supported your business type activities a little bit. And then also because you have that economic dependency there with your revenue sources, you just have a little bit more reserves. But, that makes sense from an audit standpoint, looking at that you'd have a larger balance than expected there. And then debt, there is no debt outstanding at year end. One item I want to cover relates to the management letter, related to the material weakness of segregation of duties. So as a part of our audit, we review the village's internal control processes, and we have issued a repeat material weakness as we have in prior years related to segregation of duties. So in smaller municipalities like your village, this is pretty common for limited staff to handle multiple aspects of the process. So authorization, custody, and record keeping. So it's something that's unavoidable, but auditing standards do require that we report this on an annual basis. So it's important to note this isn't like an indication that you're doing anything wrong or that we found any fraud or anything like that. It's just more of a recognition that your size does make it difficult to fully segregate those duties. So some ways to mitigate these risks would just include this, strong oversight you have by the board, your periodic independent reviews, annual audit, and then, any cross training you can do so you have multiple people that are able to do the same thing with there as well. As far as compliance, we noted no instances of non-compliance with laws, regulations, or contracts. And financial management is in good standing. All of your cash and investments are appropriately collateralized. So overall, the village remains in a strong financial position, no outstanding debt. Segregation of duties just recommend a continued board oversight and periodic external review to help mitigate those risks. And just want to say thank you to Brenda and the team at the village for all of the help during the annual audit. Very smooth process. She gives us everything that we need in a timely manner as soon as we ask for it. So we really appreciate you. You make it a smooth and pleasant process. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
You said our total funds is high, but it's kind of expected the way we do business a little bit, our
Correct.
needs.
Correct.
In an ideal world, would it be considerably less, or would it just be?
You know, ideally, we'd see like, 6 to 9 months worth of fund balance there, but
Okay.
because of how, how your operations are with having that landfill is a part of your general fund. And just knowing that you have economic dependency there, plus you're kind of supporting your other funds, it makes sense that you want higher reserves there.
Any other questions for it?
Well, anything comes up, Brenda knows how to get a hold of me, so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's definitely you too, Rich.
Hmm?
You got turf tank discussion on, Jim.
Oh, and also the treasurer.
I could take a nap. I'm ready to go.
Try and get her out of here. Any further questions? Why don't we, before we go to Dan, go to Surf? I don't think it's anywhere else on here. Let her give her presentation. She doesn't have to hear the rest of our meeting. So it's not on the agenda. Well, obviously we can't take action on anything, but she's gonna present. They are in Stillman now.
Yeah.
If you remember, any of you that were here, they approached us a few years ago when they were in Kirkland. And now they're next door.
My name is Deanna Dragonelli. I'm with Surf Internet. And I'm sure there are several new people here from the last time I wasn't here that presented, but here we are again. So Lisa has the presentation up. I just want you to know that it is in the middle of being updated. And so on a good note, we have way more, we have over 600 communities live. And we are in Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. Indiana is our home office. But we've been in the communications industry for 20 years now, over 20 years. We started in 2018, providing the fiber service, doing the deployment for the communities. We focus on the smaller communities and illuminating and bringing fiber to communities like yours because it's important. It's a way for you to have, number one, you can have growth, be able to do the business that you need to do on a daily, be able to bring in more residents, and you will see a property increase after we put the fiber in. So it is a win-win. It's your decision. It's not what it costs to you or the residents any money. We're here to provide that. We have our own funders, and there are government grants out there like BEAD. The BEAD is getting ready to come through again. That was on hold for a little bit, but it was just processed again. So now we're in the waiting of that. Let's see. You wanna move on down. So the footprint is much larger now, and that'll be updated, but I wanted to show you where we're at and what's going on. Obviously, we go over this, but illumination, lighting up communities is our important core values. And who are the reliability, integrity, and innovation, which right now in this time of the world, innovation is huge. I mean, you have AI, you have ways to store your data that are changing and updating the blink of an eye. So you got the lucky job, right? So we can keep going. And it's fiber is high speed, reliable, the speed and the bandwidth, the unlimited capability and capacity. So we may start at 1 gig,
But it's gonna go up from there, 2 gigs by 5 gigs, they're already talking 10, I mean, it's expanding and growing, there's no limit with fiber. Symmetrical, so when you do your download, you're not sitting there waiting, you know, me, I'm sitting at home, I work from home. I know when the kids get off the bus because everything's closed down. The residents are not going to be sharing any lines. A line that if they decide that they want to use our fiber, we run it to their home. It is their direct line, no one else's. So that's a good thing. Number of devices, I didn't mention that, but you know, that's something that our equipment is free, you're not gonna have to pay for it. If you need an extra booster based on the size of your home, the second one is free. I think if they have to bring another one in, they talk to you about it and there is some kind of a nominal fee. But they try to situate them, because I know sometimes an older home or a very large square footage home is gonna need at least 2. So you're gonna have that. What we can do is, you know, right now, this is very high level. When we get into talking about the construction, then we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of it. We're gonna have our engineers involved. But you know, reviewing the initial plan, construction, it's varied, it's not aerial. Guidance from you on the footprint and the process needed for us to get started. The locating process, permitting process, potential construction start dates. Resident pre-construction notification process and our construction process overview, we'll go all over that. We definitely like to notify your residents of what is happening, what is going to happen. There's more pictures as we go, but we even send a letter out to every single resident by name. So that they are surprised and they know how to get a hold of us during the process and after the process. When we're done, that doesn't mean, bye, good luck, no. We have 4 different offices in Illinois. And we have different teams that are able to get to your area should there be an outage. Because we're part of the E-rate school program, we're mandated by the government for time frames. Anything should go down, we have to have you guys up and running within a certain time frame that is mandated. So that's a win for you and keeps us where we should be. I'm gonna go down a little. This just is a little bit more what I just mentioned. But if you want to go down, we'll talk about the OLT. And OLT is houses the infrastructure, that right there. How many residents or passings does Lucas Junction have?
Passings.
Approximately.
How many residents or a house?
How many houses, I guess then?
Seven.
Okay. So you'll have possibly 2 OLTs, maybe 1, but possibly 2. We will not just stick this anywhere. We will discuss that with you. We'll do a walkout, you'll have the engineer with you, so you can say, that's an eyesore, we do not want that there. We're gonna put it, hide it, make it presentable, okay? You guys are part of this, this is your community. Just because we're a utility doesn't mean we can come in here and just do as we please. We wanna partner with you and have that spirit of camaraderie and that relationship to make sure that the job is done correctly too.
My neighbor will be thrilled that I won't be sitting right next to her 4x4 comment box in her front.
Yeah, I mean, that would be rotten to stick one right next to another one. The other thing is you'll see our flower pots when we get down there. But you know, we'll discuss where your right of ways are, where we can build. And that placement, and then also a construction yard, we call it, if you have somewhere that we can park our the general contractor vehicles for the time frame that we're in here. Your community, weather and everything is gonna be a 3 to 4 month job. If it happens that we start later in the season, then we come back and we do restoration and cleanup as we go every about 2 blocks. And we're not gonna come in and just go gangbusters through the whole town building at once, we do it in sections. So that, and then as we do public blocks, they're gonna restore, so that it's not left a mess. But if it's late in the season and it's too cold, we're gonna come in the spring when the weather holds and do the seed, make sure that it holds, you know, that it can germinate. If your residents have any problems with that, they're gonna let us know, we're gonna come back. Even a year later, these things happen, we wanna make sure that we take care of that. Restoration is a big thing for us. But we want to know if we can park our vehicles somewhere that we can wash them off and. You know, have the schools come in and be parked there and stationed during that time, and then we leave things as they were when we came in. And clean and as it was. So. Go down. Yeah. Sorry, I'm Kathy. The resident pre-construction notification process, as I mentioned, we do a letter, this notification letter. Down the next page. And it's kind of hard to see, but it literally says, you know, exactly what we're doing in front of them of the construction. What to expect during construction, and provides information on how to sign up, but also a way to connect with us for questions, concerns, or issues, alleviating as much as we can on the village. Because we know you're still gonna get some calls, you can direct them to us. Okay, and if anybody should not be getting a resolution, you're gonna have a project manager during the construction process, and that person is gonna be your single point of contact. Along with the engineers, so you guys are gonna have everything you need, next page, there's a notification email that we send out, anyone that goes to our website, we're able to. Go ahead and go and email them as well to notify them. And then the next page, we have construction signs that we put up every, you know, 4 house or so. You can see the size, and that's just in the area we're working. We're not gonna litter your town with these and then leave them. We're just putting them in areas that we're actually constructing it. And then the next slide kind of has pictures of what's happening, what it looks like. And I'm sure a lot of people might have seen fiber going in different communities, maybe you didn't realize what it was at first, you know, or you don't. And that's what it looks like. The next page. The installation and that experience. What we do, the next page, it shows the directional drilling. This is how we come in and make an initial mess. And place the conduit. Looks like a big scary machine, it's really quick.
Ricky loves directional boring.
Yeah.
Okay, the next page. Kind of shows a little bit of the fiber, that is the conduit that goes in, the fiber, they flow it through there. Kind of a cool process, but that's what happens. And then the next page is how they pull the conduit into they call it a flower pot. It's about this big. And it's gonna go every so often in the right of way, measured, so we're not on the residents' property line. Sometimes residents aren't sure and they're gonna call and say, no, we're not listening. And, you know, we're gonna go out and check and make sure that we're not. But some, you know, how some residents, they don't understand. This is my grass, so it's, you know, hard. And then the next page, it talks about the handful in the yard that we also call a flower pot. That's how they get to, the infrastructure goes in, but also when a resident signs up. We're gonna schedule that with them, they'll know we're coming, they'll be there, and we'll go and open the flower pot, get to it, and run the line to their home. The process is very quick, it's not as the front right of way process, it's much quicker, the the fiber line isn't buried as deep and it's restored right away, or as quick as possible as well. Rather than putting.
Do they Julie your lines?
Yep. So we'll have really, the board depth is, on a standard, which is about 2 to 3 feet. You want to make sure that you're not too far down, or you're not too far up. You know, you've got people who like to plant stuff, do things, and we want to make sure that we're not in the way. So the next page talks about the pricing. It doesn't have the prices. I can send you a new pricing form that we just got. That is updated. And so we do have our prices start at $30, and that's about 100 MPDs. For the normal person without a bunch of kids at home, the next one is about 300, and that's $55. It goes up from there if you have a lot of kids and you're gaming and all of that. But I'll go ahead and send out the pricing. What we say is, at this point, the pricing is what it is until we're done. It could vary $5, could fluctuate. But what it is right now, you can say, okay. And if residents wanna know, okay, but when they sign up, that's really good news, because once you sign up, your price is locked. You do not have any kind of price hike. You're not in any kind of a contract. You're not paying for us to come and install. You're not paying for equipment. And down the road, if you decide, I don't like you anymore and I'm done, you're done. And down the road, say you went with a higher priced, 1 gig, and all the kids are gone, and you don't need a gig anymore, you can go down and you're not stuck. Also, if you decided on the lower option and you're like, wait a minute, I do need more, you can go up. And you can move fluidly through the different packages. So that's a good thing about once a resident signs up. They have that price lock for life. And they're not in a contract, so.
So like if I have a
Yeah,
situation, so let's say I'm on the 500, the CERT 500.
okay.
Kids come home from college in the summertime. And all of a sudden I need to go up to the gate. Can you do like it for like the 3 months they're home?
Yeah,
And then
Because you're
go back down.
Go up and down.
Okay,
You could call and say, I don't want to or not.
okay.
I need to change my path.
What are the ranchers gonna rant about?
Well, here's the thing, like most of our places now are either phone line or their internet or their, Wi-Fi or like.
Boxes up in the air.
The product like LR broadcasting, and all of them are probably under the 200 MBPs. So even their lowest package is 4 times. I don't know what I can say. 100 MBPs.
Yeah.
So the lowest one is probably equal to what most of our residents are getting now.
Mine's 1/3. Mine's 1/3 that speed for 2.5 times as much.
Right.
Yeah. The way fiber comes in is so much different that, yeah, that's what it says, the CERT 500, but you're gonna notice that difference, it's different, you can't, it's an apple and a wedding wheel. There's no comparison, that's crazy, I wish I could fiber, I don't. Trying to think, I think we're, like through the basic of it, but I was trying to see if there might be any other, we'll have to know about your ordinances. We have 4 different call centers or 4 different offices, but our call center is in Indiana. So if your resident, no, and not ever, you're gonna call and somebody's gonna, they're gonna be in Indiana and they're gonna be able to help you right away. So that's a big positive, and that they know what they're talking about because they're trained from CERT, the home office. We would talk later about like if you're having any city improvements coming up, we want to make sure we're not in your way. And we don't start construction, right when you're gonna have some big event, or if we need to start now and get this done. Because the city improvement doesn't allow for us to come in for a while after that, you know, we definitely wanna make sure that we're here. But also when we're done, we definitely come in the community as a partner. So, you know, I mentioned to Rick, I know you guys have your big fireworks event, that could be something, certain likes to give back. We like to be a partner, yeah, we like to be a partner, any kind of festivals or events, if there's something that is happening. Because what you're gonna get later on is you're gonna get our marketing team. And Audrey is our lady that is in this area that she will come here. You know, she will wanna know what's going on and what events we can do. We'll also do a ribbon cutting for you, and that way you can post that. We'll do a groundbreaking event for you. We'll do a first customer event. We wanna make sure that, number one, this is, you can market it. We're not gonna step on your toes or anything. But we also like to make sure that everyone in our industry knows that, you know, we're here to do a good job. And make sure that we're a good partner as well. We're not gonna come into a community and say, well, we can just get a permit and do that. That's not a way to do business, we don't believe, that's not our model. We want to do and be a good steward, so.
Do you have business side as well, so you can run up to the
Yeah.
corner to our
Yep,
businesses?
and so we have a business team and they'll reach out, you know, you guys don't have apartments over like 10. We 10,
No,
We don't have apartments over 2.
so. Yeah, cause they would even, you know, reach out for that type, but we have a department that will reach out to your businesses to be able to do that. And the pricing that I have is for businesses as well. So I can send that. You know, Stillman Valley, Borston and Polo. We're interested in working with Monroe Center. Is it Adeline? Adeline, Baileyville, Bolton, Chena. We're reaching out, actually, I'm reaching out. I'm on roller skates. But you know, we wanna work with you, Brett, and the Public Works, and next steps, if you decide to hear more, you don't have to make a decision, yes, we wanna do it. We can do more informative on the construction end and the permitting end, so that you can understand that, and then that'll help you be more informed in your decision making.
Are you 100% funded, or are you asking for municipal
We're
contribution?
100% funded. You are not going to have to put your money in, the residents are going to be happy.
Was there a time you asked for municipal participation? Cause I think that's why I passed the first time that gentleman. came.
Maybe at that point, I don't know, I can ask, but. I think that Bede's been around for at least since we were here last, but maybe there was something different with the situation. And that's unfortunate if it was, but we're 100% funded now.
Do you have franchise fees that you give back to the village?
So we don't do that, I know Comcast does. But that's also been, that's their model and their way of kind of keeping you. That's why we partner with you and do what we can to give back. Whether it be whatever events you have going on. Sometimes, well, I'm hearing about, you know, different things in all 3 different states. And marketing will really work with you to see what we can do. And what you need.
you mentioned something about a large home needing 2 boosters. What did that mean?
A large what?
A large home needing 2 boosters?
Yeah, sometimes it will.
What does that mean? I don't.
Dead spots.
It's a
dead
repeater.
spots.
To cover your whole house.
Oh, my router in my house, something that I need in my house needs 2 boosters.
No, we're gonna provide the router,
Right.
it may need another one.
Okay, I got it. I thought this was something outside of the house that you're boosting into, and not something inside the house. I get that. You said something about how quickly you fix your outages. Is that if it's a whole town outage, or is that if just it's my?
It could be just an area, it could be just a resident. I haven't heard of a whole town going out.
Okay, but so your You've never heard of the whole town going out?
Well,
I don't know, it seems to go down, it seems to go down.
We have a large chunk of our town tends to go down at
Tends to go
once.
down, please go down.
No, it could be the area and the size of the town.
So-
Usually it's just minute if it goes down.
Right. Right, okay, and so it's your speed to fix whatever the problem is the same regardless of where the outage is, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it doesn't matter. They're not gonna say, that's just a small area, we'll get to it. No, they can't do that.
How do they go about when there is an outage? Do they call? Do they have like the reverse?
So we have, the infrastructure is all tied together. It goes from the residential to the LT box. From that, it goes, and it's almost like a ring. I'm not sure where yours will tie in. Obviously, it will be portion, you know, still. But we're talking goes to Chicago, rings around into, Wisconsin, back into Illinois. So it talks and it knows what's going on. And when there's an outage, we're notified. And the good thing about SURF, I think it's called the NPS score, and for our industry, we're one of the highest. For outages, restoration, and we're able to say that. I'm not just like, oh, I just thought I would say that today. It's for real. And I think part of it too is the E-rate that we use for the schools and libraries. Because of that, you're kept to a higher standard. So even though you don't have a school that we would be connected to at this point.
We do, just not intertown.
Right.
It's already in something, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't mean, oh, you know, we don't have to do that for them. No, it's SURF wide. So we can't just pick it, cherry pick like who we're gonna treat well. We're gonna treat everybody the same and well.
Since we're a growing community, are you gonna be in constant, you said that, you know, as we expand, or you need to come in and do things for you and put another box in somewhere, do whatever. Are we in contact with you, or do you just notice that all of a sudden there's a little bit more use of your product, or I'm assuming you need to come in every single time somebody wants.
A new neighborhood.
Yeah, there's, I mean, potentially that hopefully will be done, so.
Or a street or something. And
Yeah.
That's just, what we call those is an edge out. So that would be something that we could come in and edge that out, and we would construct that area. And so it may be something that you need to call and let us know, hey, you know, we're getting ready to have this neighborhood ready, and now might be the time for us to do it before the neighborhood is done.
Right.
So that, you know, it's less stressful.
Yeah, I would assume that during the development stages, you want to be with the developer, so you
Yep.
can put in whatever you need.
And you guys are gonna be able to do the walkout with the engineer and say, hey, here's what we have, here's what we have coming. And kind of look to the future for that, which is nice, but also it doesn't mean because you didn't mention it now. That your town is not expanding and growing. Down the road, you're gonna let us know.
Does your system monitor the traffic levels on it so that they'll let you know if it's all of a sudden it's just getting overloaded?
Testing and, I actually came from another fiber company and I said, are we gonna do an app? Because you know how Comcast has that app that you can, so that's something that they're looking into. Again, as we talked. The innovation is, we can't even keep up, it's happening so fast, so, the growth is there and happening and. You're gonna be able to be a part of it and take part of it at your residence.
Pledge.
And then today's meeting, do you just need a verbal okay from us, or do we need to put this on the docket for the future? How does this work for us?
Well, you know, next steps would be, number one, I'm gonna send you the pricing. But you can either, let me know and we can set up later on after I email or call you. We can set up a kind of a pre-design construction meeting. As next steps.
You send us pricing, what would it be for our residents?
Yep, I'm gonna send a pricing sheet out.
Alright, I'm assuming it's gonna be the same still, then it would have any better deal, and I'm already looking at the pricing, so.
Yeah, it's going to be different.
Right, okay, so you send us the pricing, then you start talking just about pre-construction, how soon would you start? I mean, obviously, you just finished them still, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm just finished.
So would you start like, if you send us this pre-construction, we come up with a plan, are you gonna start within the next 2 months?
we could start as soon as we can get the permits and it'll be okay for me. So, you know, obviously, we have to go through this design meeting, pre-construction,
Let's go.
then it goes to the engineers. The engineers come and they're gonna do the design. And they actually are pretty quick about it, but we can go as quick as you would like us to go. I mean, granted, you gotta get permits, we gotta get the design done, so yeah, the next 2 months. And we would like to start as, you know, quicker, so, you know, so that we can get going before the winter. But again, there's all these steps that we gotta make. And we
Outside,
wanna go- And your timing, not ours, so.
outside of the train, what's the number one complaint?
Internet.
Internet.
Is your internet down today? Is your internet working? Yeah,
Nope,
that's what our
not
communications.
yet.
is. So.
That's
And- well, yeah.
PJ Grants.
Yeah.
That's it, the ranchers.
I mean, personally, I just dealt with my provider, and I'll tell you what, if you guys could be here yesterday,
Yeah.
I'd already be signed up with you. So, as a resident, so, I mean.
So we, also, we don't have Comcast, we have MediaCom. And
You
it,
come in front
and
here, the two big ones, you know.
it goes down regularly.
Yeah.
You're gonna need them all.
MediaCom drops and it just, and people are on the rants page go,
No.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, they're a cable provider, that's why it comes through them, so they have tendency to have a lot more outages than most of the other companies that we use for some reason.
Yeah,
Alright, so.
so yeah, I can.
I'm all right with next steps. I just wanted to get this. If you guys want, can you send this presentation to them as well when you send the pricing?
You could-
I'm looking at it, the pricing right now, it's amazing, and I'm
No,
already.
I'm-
Resident finance. so-
I'm in as soon as it happens.
Couldn't find it, so.
Well, we can send it out, as Rick and I will have.
And I'll send the pricing out tomorrow.
All right.
And then
Shopsurfnet.com if you wanna look for
let's
yourself.
schedule a pre-construction meeting. Public Works.
I mean,
And for else would like to be there.
well, I would assume for you. Yes.
So we'll do that by email.
Yes, if it's one of my digits, yes.
Dan wants to be there.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
something,
yeah, you should.
something that a lot of our clients use is a construction administration agreement for these types of things.
Yes,
I don't know if that's something you all have used or.
we have a template I think they use, but also a lot of towns already have one that they use. So if you're there, that would be awesome. So we'll coordinate it so that you all can be there. And we'll get this ball rolling.
Sounds great.
Awesome,
Well,
awesome.
does it cost the homeowners for installation?
That's great.
So that's all, you just come and install everything and then
Yeah.
just pay a monthly fee, there's no hidden cost or anything
No
else?
costs, no taxes, like, well, we said it was 30, but it's actually gonna be 38.99. Yeah, I mean, it's. We're out of the way. We're. Yeah. And you're not talking to another fiber provider, are you? We don't like to overbill because that really
It'd be
upsets
hard.
the residents,
It's the-
not that we're like
Conversation.
nodding about it, it's just. You know, we don't wanna overbill and upset everyone.
We have nobody else right now wanting to bring fiber in. I mean, if they want to, they're not talking about actively doing it, so.
Well, we are. Thank you for having me and I will be in touch tomorrow morning, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll go to my son's house and tell him.
Yeah.
We're rolling somewhere.
Make my house.
Oh, now what? Brody?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You guys have all been forwarded the packet.
My favorite stuff amazing.
It sounds absolutely outstanding.
You're gonna question people my skis already, and I can get rid of a lot of my lines, because I have 2 lines on me. So, and I don't even get close to their.
And it's
second
symmetrical.
lowest.
And it's symmetrical. Your uploads as fast as your download.
into that.
Nothing slows it down.
Their original gimmick was, that was grants and that side of my.
All right,
Grants and won't have to be.
that was fun.
Municipality should have something.
Very informative. Dan, you're up.
No report, thank you.
No report. On to the parks. Brody?
I've got a couple of things, I'll start with a quick one, for obviously the turf tank demo.
We had a guy contact me about a month ago, came out and demoed his, or the company's, Woodbine painter. They've got it's all ran off of GPS. It was really cool to watch. Me and the guys got to, hang around for an hour or so and, see it go to work. Obviously, not one of that anything, tonight or, the next couple months here, but something I would definitely consider, just to put in the back of you guys' heads. It would help us out a lot, having the ability to do that. It runs roughly about $9,000 a year. You can call it a lease agreement. It's kind of, once we have the machine, we have the machine. Yeah, it does include paint, so.
Actually, just spend that money just itself.
What do we spend on that now?
I think this year we budgeted 10,000, 12,000. And this wouldn't be something that completely replaced every single paint. We would still have, our paint that went over top of it.
But it just sets everything.
The biggest thing is setting them, and obviously the reason why I bring that up in the biggest part is spring and fall. I don't know, who I'm gonna have for employees and manpower and stuff, and when I get the soccer schedule 3 weeks before the season starts. It's not easy to do 10 fields in 3 weeks.
How many man hours would you say go into doing that when you guys are like trying to set your field like for the first?
Well, I mean, we had, this year we had 5 guys working on the fields. It took us, I wanna say 3 full days to set up. So, a decent amount of time. But anyways, I'll get some stuff together and we can take a closer look at it. I wanna take a closer look at it as well. Make sure that it's suitable for us for, paying that price.
So this does soccer and
Soccer, football, and it would do baseball
if we have to do so.
with foul lines and stuff.
I mean, because being able to do every function that we have out here is, and then the manpower, and then, I mean, you said we would still need to put our paints over the top of them. So is that just touching up?
For touch up, freshness.
The mowing,
Right, yeah.
Mowing it.
So this isn't something you would use every time, it's just something you would use to set it,
It would,
even.
yeah, it would be huge on layout, if there was a field, for example, our football practice fields, it's a very simple field, it's just lines in a box. I can probably send that out to do that, and I guess a good example is, he came out and demoed our football field. He had all of the border done, the end zones done, and all of the 10-yard lines done, along with the vertical hatches that run along the field. In an hour and 10 minutes. And that would have taken us probably, by the time you string it, square it and paint it, that's probably 6 man hours, or 5 guys, about 6 man hours.
Each.
Yeah,
all of
Yes, 30. So anyways, I'm not gonna dive too deep into that, but just to put it in the back of your heads, we have it up, it's pretty cool to see. Really cool product, it seems to be a good support team that they have, something really going on.
It also does streets, right, Brody?
It does do, yes, parking lots.
Parking lots and stuff like that.
Yeah, I had talked about that with Fergie, so it also does repaint parking lots, that we could get it to do.
So restripe our, kind of all the parking spots in the park.
Yeah. So, they have guys that actually come out in the beginning, they set all the GPS pins for, our fields, or basically that way we can just take a field off of the tablet, place it where we want it, and it goes out and does it.
So does it just drive away from our park garage and do itself?
Yeah, we would probably take.
Or do you like walk?
That's
I mean, that's what I'm envisioning here, other than cleaning up, it's actually painting.
Yeah,
But it's kind
that's
of like other places.
that's a good example is literally you, the one we had out there, we trailed it out there, and then you just kind of roll it off with the back of the truck and drove it out to the field, and then you hit go, and it starts doing its thing, getting started and everything off of the points it has.
Brody, they're not the only GPS field painting company in the business.
The two that I've heard of mainly is Turf Tank and tiny mobile robots.
But you don't own, you don't own the machinery with Turf Tank, you're renting that per year.
That's what I was saying, I wanna look more into that. to
Because
see-
they do offer where you can buy the same
Yes,
equipment
and I
from
also
them,
wanted to see that price to see, you know,
which I thought was, I think it's around $20,000.
okay.
So in comparison, if you're gonna stay with something like this, we would be better off owning it.
Absolutely, yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. And that's why.
over time, it's nothing then
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
9 a year and own
Yeah.
nothing.
Yep, I wanna definitely look at that more, you know, and see what would, like I said, what would apply best to us.
You can buy it for that price. It would make sense.
But-
Rather than rent it for
anyways.
$10,000.
And then I've got a couple of park project updates, just so that you guys are aware of what's going on day to day. Unfortunately, when we were out there, they were digging for the new bathroom / pavilion that's going in. They hit a field tile, that obviously no one would have known that was there. So we talked with Scott from M2, and they rerouted the tile with some PVC. So that should fix our problem, and they're going to get us a price on what that, you know, what that costed us. And obviously that was something that needed to be fixed immediately.
Just D&M Jeff.
Yeah, TNM down. So, moving on from that, rerouting the electrical, that's on the agenda tonight, I'll touch on that in a bit. I worked with Lisa a little bit last week, we'll get it on the agenda for next week. There is a small change, it's about $3,400 change order, basically just taking we are already replacing 2 of the exterior lights at the concession stand with new LED, new fixtures, new everything. This is just taking the remaining either 3 or 4 concession lights, converting them to that same fixture LED light. Like I said, it's about $3,400. Howard would be doing that job. And obviously we're getting a better price while we're doing, you know, while they're out here. The existing fixtures that are there, they're old, they're cracked, they're faded, they don't give off the same light that these new ones would. So this is just something, we'll throw it on the agenda if you guys are comfortable spending the $3,400 and having it done. I'd be happy with it, but that's up to you guys.
This is one of those things that it looks like it may fail at any given time due to the age, and this is an opportunity for us to group it into a package that we're getting something installed for, be proactive instead of reactive for a change.
Yeah, me and Weaver determined that those lights are probably about 20+ years old, so.
Well, we, on the public works side, Brody, everything that we do now, we're switching out to LED anyway, so it's inevitable.
It's gonna look a little weird once the lights do turn on over there, that these 2 are like, you know, attracting all the bugs, and these 2 are like twilight.
Yeah. So, and we'll get that, me and Lisa will work together, we'll get it on the agenda, for next time, and we can decide what we want to do from there. And my last thing, project wise. So I had a conversation with, Aaron Full the other day about the fob system, or supposed fob system for the new set of bathrooms in Pavilion. I came to find out that there is no fob system for the new bathrooms in Pavilion. And obviously that's not a good deal. I spoke with Brenda the other day. That opens up a huge door of now those bathrooms will be open 24/7. Except when we close them for the winter months, with no way to time lock them like the other doors in the village.
You'd have to physically go lock them.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So. Well, this was something that should have been caught, you know, and should have matched the rest of the village. Unfortunately, it was not. So I'm gonna work with Aaron and get a change order for that as well and get a price on that. But from the conversations that I've had, it's not gonna be relatively cheap. So we'll see what they come back with. But that's the update on that. And then as far as keying the doors, for that new structure, we are gonna have Spinello, come out and do them. Stenstrom was wanting us to send our master keys to Davenport, Iowa to get them keyed and then get the keys and locks sent back up here. I spoke with Brenda, I spoke with Fergie, and I spoke with Weaver, and all of us are pretty uncomfortable doing that. As far as, you know, the risk of having to rekey everything if we lose one of those keys. So anyways, didn't mean to take up too much time, but just wanted to update you guys. The very last thing that I have is I was reached out to by Cardinal Hope. They were the same people we made a donation to for the June 15th walk in the park.
I don't have the information from anybody, so I don't know where to send it.
Oh, okay.
It was involved, you pay that.
Okay, well, we approved the donation. I'll work with you on that. I didn't do that. Regardless, they reached out to me about having a fundraiser kickball game out here on the diamonds. They understand that the diamond accessibility is gonna be limited with the construction. I wanted to ask you guys if we want to just do a head nod tonight, or if we want to throw it on the agenda for approval next time. About possibly waiving those fees for them for that day, with them being a non-for-profit fundraising organization that kind of gives back to the community over time. I didn't think it was fair to charge them to come out here.
What's the fee?
It would be like $40 for game prep.
All right, I'll waive it. Falls under my spending ability.
Perfect. I'll let them the update. And we'll go from there. So, that's all I have. Thank you guys.
No paperwork. All right, Brett.
I think the only thing really that's not already listed on the agenda, it was Friday, we pumped out basically our wet well lift station, whatever you want to call it, out there at the wastewater plant with the 4 influent pumps are. We hadn't done that in a couple of seasons. It had grit, grease, everything else in it. Basically where I'm going with that is, if you all remember, we are designing these, I keep saying splash pad, but the spill pad out at wastewater. That is in the design phase. I asked them to have a completed design with engineer's estimate by end of fall. So they said that's not a problem. But after seeing what we're dealing with there, I'm just kind of putting it, as Brody said, I'm putting it in your heads right now. We are, depending on budget, how we look for money, obviously that is king. We are going to have to seriously look at completing that project next year, because unfortunately I have no place to dump this stuff. I have to keep it on site. I have to dump it, then I have to go back, clean it up, restore the grass it's in, seed, water, everything else. Because we are considering we're going to start doing this possibly twice a year now. So we keep those issues at a minimum. So once again, nothing we're deciding tonight. I'm just giving you a heads up, putting it in your head that this is, not to mention a cleaning and cammering program that I want to start for the sewer in this town anyway. But that alone, we need a place to put this stuff. Because we're going to do a minimum of once a year, probably in spring and fall, back. So that way we keep the grit and grease, to a minimum. So that's it for that. Just wanted to kind of let y'all know.
All right, moving on. Jen,
Nothing.
that was fast. Anybody have anything for William?
This second.
All right, moving on to Nathan.
Make a motion for approval of resolution number 25-40, approving and authorizing pool for rerouting of electrical for the park project.
Okay.
Computer died, so I do not have a dollar.
Anybody have that dollar amount?
Just so I can say it on the agenda.
But Nathan makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-40, Jen seconds. And we're gonna talk about in the amount of.
$9,275.70.
No.
Yes.
Also take down. The 8,830.
Oh, what did I look at?
Even?
No,
Oh, that, okay, yeah, I looked at the wrong one.
8834 even?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that was the one that had two prices.
Okay, so in the amount of $8,834.
yeah, I think you're-
Discussion.
As Brody stated a few minutes ago, is the reroute around the area of the splash pad that they found.
bathroom.
The bathroom that they found.
Our electrical literally right now is sitting underneath where the bathroom will be.
Beautiful.
So
So
we're rerouting around it.
Yes.
What little electrical we have.
And yeah, from now on, we will be doing design drills in the park.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
But we don't have some type of schematic or something that has all that information, when we've done construction projects, some of that.
We do, it's buried somewhere, it's
Buried
before my
somewhere.
time, yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Right.
Let's put the document.
We did everything with a handshake and some.
That wasn't a handshake.
Wink and a nod.
Like, so.
That's
Yeah.
probably somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Nathan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Passes at 7:30.
7.
Anything further? I'm keeping you up, Doug.
No,
Yeah.
you're doing a great job, Parks, Brody, to keep it up. I know it's crazy and stressful over there, right?
It really is. Come on.
Right, that permit, or the whole $90.
Either way,
Just on the record.
it's for not for profit.
And I got us further than that.
All right. Streets and ditches. Not here.
Got any motions?
Anybody want to make motions?
I'll make a motion resolutions, for the approval of resolution number 25-41, approving and authorizing execution of a propane lock price agricultural commercial sales agreement for September 1, 2025 to April 30th, 2026 by and between Thompson Gas LLC and the Village of Davis Junction.
Second.
John makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-41. Patrick seconds. And we have information on this one for everybody?
I have,
The
Brenda.
price,
this is something that, well, Thompson Gas supplies propane to, for these buildings there. And, every year we approve, we're locking in the gas rate. And every year we have to go through this process, to their approval. And then send it back.
sounds good.
Any discussion?
Since Chris isn't here, is this the only offer that we can get in the area?
Yes.
Thanks, Chris.
That's what I know the answer to this question. I just feel that since Chris isn't here. we should sell that.
Just getting your inner Chris on, are you?
Who's gonna be the
That's all
interview?
I.
All right, roll call.
Nathan,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
That passes at 7:32. Second round. Anyone?
Oh, moving on. I'll make a motion for the approval of resolution number 25-42. Approving license agreement authorizing box culvert drainage structure within Junction Road right of way.
Second.
John makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-42. Jen seconds. You have this? Somebody have this information?
Well, this is what we were,
This is John's.
this is what I was working on 7 months.
Okay,
But we.
That normally was done by,
Oh,
that
sorry.
normally was completed by the.
sorry, I was looking at, I thought it said, you said Junction Road right away, and and my brain went Junction Way, and I'm like, what did we just do up there?
Didn't know
Okay.
it was 7 months, but I was reminded of that. Normally this was something that the clerk would have handled, but evidently that former clerk must have been too busy, too much on her plate at that time, so it was.
Either way, we have it now.
I remember that conversation.
So this is the one with the farmer, the landowner, and the,
Yes, here we are.
The structure.
any further discussion? See, there's no money, so all in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. Passes at 7:33.
Edson Road must be Brett's,
It's Edison Road.
Edison Road. Oh, I thought it was Edson.
It is Edison.
So there's your newly seal coated road.
Looking good.
Yeah,
Um,
garbage trucks are killing it.
I was up there today. It's worse. And it's only going to get worse. It's never going to get better. So that entire intersection basically of their entrance is now completely flushed. There's barely any aggregate showing. So where you see that right there is basically all black.
And why is this happening?
Because of the heat and the constant traffic turning
Okay.
in and out.
Where the hell are they going that they're turning like that? To
Into the
to
lot.
the north?
Into the lot.
To the south.
No, this,
This is where the cans and stuff are, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where all the extra cans.
Yeah.
I mean, they're turning into cornfields.
Yeah.
Somebody burning out by the looks of it.
Everything.
So anyway, that is, when we do that, not quite a month ago,
I don't.
3 weeks ago, 3.5, something like that, give or take. So anyway, I'm just bringing it to everyone's attention because we've got another hot weekend coming. We're not done with summer and my crew spent every other day until that was done during the hot season, when starting June, and we ag limed that road every other day.
So what happens?
We're
if
going
we-
to be right back doing it again.
If we don't do nothing, what happens?
That problem will just continue on.
And it'll have giant ruts and be off, I'm assuming eventually, right?
Oh, just turn it into tar.
It's just going to flush basically, and all your oil is going to be on top. Your stone's going to be gone. So
So now if it cools down, then we'll buy.
it cools down. It'll kind of firm up and everything else, but
So it's the weight of the trucks that are, because this road.
it's
doesn't-
not so much.
We've had hotter weather before this, didn't it?
Well, it did. I mean, it's
Not before this year. This didn't happen.
well, it did last year. That's why we
Oh,
did
it
it this
did?
year. That's why we put 30-some thousand or whatever.
I
into
never
this.
go that way. We have a main way out of.
Is it structurally falling apart or anything like that? No, not necessarily. I mean, you could drive around and see this, but
Would you like me to call the landfill and tell them their trucks are destroying our road?
I was just gonna say.
I'm sure that's
Well-
no worries.
If we make.
And how much did we just spend on it?
Are you gonna leave a message or are you actually gonna be on?
That's yours.
Call the toll-free number, Rick. Call the toll-free number.
No.
I was gonna say, I was
I have
gonna.
contacts on there.
Ask them, be like,
They ain't
hey.
gonna do nothing.
Well,
They might.
let's look at the overhead map. There is a way they could make their internal roads go over there
Right.
and not destroy our road.
Oh, will they?
Don't know, but it can't
Well,
hurt
you
to
can't
ask.
well, here's my question that only Dan can answer probably is it their fault that our road can't handle the traffic? I don't know. I don't know how that works in the legal.
Can we permanently post a road?
Well, can we do that when they have to have access to their business?
Right.
But
This,
they have an alternate opportunity to get to it if they construct their own road, right? Because there's no road at their property that leads there now.
It's,
I don't
it would need a piece added, a very short piece.
Right, but they would need
Basically
to
through a
do
tree
their own
line.
construction to make that.
Can you bring up the overhead view of the landfill on Google Maps?
And I guess the other thing is, I mean, the only other solution would be to what, pave that road with actual.
the only other way to get away from this is to actually pave that road.
Okay.
Too much
And then
money.
the cost of that is.
Too much money.
It depends on what route you go. With a remove and replace, if you go with an overlay would be cheaper and you basically overlay what's there. You have a couple of options, not many, but a couple.
Willing to spend versus how.
Well, it's us that is spending that money, right? I'm assuming that we don't have anything to come at them for contribution to this, right?
Well, if you let it fall apart enough, maybe they'll.
Well, that doesn't do any good for any residents that use that road.
Well, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I mean, it's our street.
Yeah,
Residents just.
Well, right.
We're gonna have to go back and do stuff after we do something.
I mean, right now, all the time.
Well, right now,
They're
you're
gonna
doing
tell
once
us,
a year.
they're gonna tell us we pay you $2 to $5 million a year, deal with it.
I can understand that.
Possibly.
that too, But
Possibly.
Right, we literally just had that road done and that's not what it looks like, and they
Yeah.
can't say it's not their trucks. I'm just trying to figure out where the curves are that go to the north. What the hell are they driving into the corner?
Oh, I don't know what, yeah, that was just somebody messing around or,
Yeah, that's somebody
someone
burning out.
overshot it, going too fast.
Yeah. I guess somebody just out there messing around.
That was you and the Tucker, was
It
These
was.
guys.
It's definitely a dually.
So anyway, like I said, decision doesn't have to be made. This was more of an information
It's
kind
satellite
of thing,
version.
you know. And then kind of more questions for Dan, because I keep getting asked the same questions is, can we post the road to where they can't drive their trucks down it? Is it our responsibility, you know what I mean? We can't blame it on them. Is it more, our road has to be to this spec in order? I don't know. Those are,
in recent years, they
Above my
started
pay grade.
to use that.
yeah, they never used it years ago.
They couldn't have, 'cause I don't ever remember it being that bad.
Where'd they used to go?
They
didn't do much with it.
used it, but like
Seldom.
almost
Yeah, it was-
never.
Oh, on the
But
inside.
they've really built that up, Dan, over the last couple seasons.
Okay.
They put gravel in there, they've really beefed it up, and now they use it every single day.
No, one more, because there's a
It's the same or the different one that has the thing with Rockford?
This is the tree line.
It's the same, it's,
Bring it
yeah,
down one more.
The same segment?
In the view.
where Rockford ran the pipe through, the line through.
So this,
No, where there's like the gap.
this is Edson Road,
Right, give it over.
this is where they're
Where
turning
where
in.
you're tired of lifting your plow.
This is their internal.
It's right after the tracks, it's on our section of Edson.
Looks like it may already.
Their entrance is our section of Edson.
And if it is, we may be able to ask them to just use their internal road and stuff. Right over there.
Well, if there's a road there, then I would just.
So from the tracks to 251, Dan, is ours.
The other side.
They are literally just
Right through there.
on our side of the
Now,
track
if we post.
by about 100
We
feet.
don't have a way of policing that road if they go on it and they're not
We don't.
supposed to, right? So I mean, we're kind of, they can do whatever they want anyways.
Did that look, the previous map, this was dead end at street line.
Which if they come around that corner, and then if we post it, are we preventing agriculture from going on it?
Oh,
No,
right.
I mean,
So I mean, I think it's worth a call to them just to ask them if they would mind taking their heavy trucks through their own roads and not destroying ours.
I mean, I would definitely ask nicely first.
Yeah.
I thought they were environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of use, or if they would like to contribute for, the needs that we have.
To actually-
More than happy
To overlay it.
To allow them to do what they're doing, so.
Yes.
I
I
mean.
mean, I gotta imagine it'd be a, I got
Update the road or.
ballpark, do you think, to overlay it
Oh,
from
I
there to
wouldn't have, I don't know what quantities are, what
train
AC's
tracks
running,
over?
no idea.
But yeah, I mean, it's, but that road now looks like it goes all the way through. I could pull in where their boxes are one day and see if that road is there.
I mean, we could asphalt just the section that's a problem, I mean, that seems weird too, but I mean.
It kind of does because then literally you're, I
just
mean,
to get-
You're extending your problem.
Right,
you're,
so-
well,
Is that what that goes through, Dan?
it's one of those deals where, yes, you could asphalt 400 or 500 feet of that and then leave the rest seal coat, but why?
Well, I'm assuming it's just gonna
I mean-
destroy when all the aggregate gets.
It's
poured
still
out
going to
the
have
asphalt
truck
anyway.
traffic on
Yeah.
it, so at some point you're still gonna be seal coating, but,
It's over here.
money talks.
Yeah, I mean, being able to afford to do a little bit, maybe come back and do.
Well, yeah.
I hate to do it in pieces like that, but.
Yeah, the less joints you have, the better off. you are.
That's waste connection.
All right, was that it on Edson?
Alright, so this right here.
No, I've got a bunch more, John.
All right, so go ahead.
I've got a slide
This-
presentation
Oh,
too,
thank
so.
God you had something.
So what they have is right here is an internal road.
Yeah.
This is railroad.
Wait till we get to
So
wastewater,
looks like
that's
that
at least an
internal
hour
road
and a half.
Goes all the way over.
You might lose a couple of voters by then.
They're turning in and out right here.
Anymore.
It's destroying everything. Yeah, internal.
This has been dragged out.
Right, cause they have the internal road nice and big and beefy.
All right, thanks.
What's
It
that?
comes over and goes out over here at 251.
Okay.
No,
Scroll
wastewater.
all of this,
Actually, one of those is water.
so their internal road comes over and they can go out over to 251.
Yeah.
So maybe, I'll give them a call and ask.
Yeah, see if we can get,
Yeah, I mean, it goes benefit definitely too, if we do asphalt.
Get it on my calendar.
They want to go into some type of agreement to pay for it, I mean, and that would only help them in the future too, so. I mean, it doesn't hurt, and we'll
Call-
take care of their trucks and their equipment that much better too, so.
I'm gonna look at
There's
this,
a
I'm
benefit to them, yeah,
gonna look at this tomorrow and go, why does it say call William?
I know, but doesn't hurt to ask and see what we.
Just put call WM. Oh, William, a recreation.
I know tomorrow morning I'll look at it and go, why does it say call William?
William, I'm supposed to call you. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
We ready?
anything further in streets from anybody?
nah, that's,
Patrick,
I make a motion to approve resolution number 25-43. Approving and authorizing execution of proposal for pump repair at wastewater treatment plant for $7,500 or $7,005.
all right, Patrick makes a motion to approve resolution number 25-43 in the amount of $7,005. John seconds. Discussion on fixing the pump.
I won't get into this too far unless John wants me to.
You got a slide presentation?
I do, actually. No. So this is actually one of the influent pumps that I was talking about that we cleaned out the well. It's a long story. I won't get into it. I'm not real happy about the repair cost, but what we're learning is that it did not come with the hardened seals that we originally wanted. So this price basically doubled because we're getting a hardened seal along with everything else. It's I believe a tungsten carbide seal. So we're hoping to get a longer life out of it. We're not real pleased with it, but it is what it is for right now.
It wasn't in the contract. or-
Centrifugal?
What do you mean? It's our chopper pumps.
Okay.
Yes.
It wasn't an original purchase price to have those.
We spec'd it with hardened internals. It's the first time we've ever bought this brand of pump. We got it. We didn't know it, so I guess it's not a very common thing for them to ship with that seal. So we spec'd it with the hardened seals or the harder version of the seals. So that's why the price, basically the original price was like 3,700, went to 7,000 as soon as we.
Is that all that was wrong with it? Was the seal?
We're doing it's a new cover, seals, and I don't have the quote in front of me. There's one or two other items. Plus labor, plus everything else. So
Usually not that bad.
no, it's, yeah. So it might be the first and last time we use this brand new pump. We'll see.
Instead of flight?
No, it's the Ibarra.
I said instead of flight.
Yeah, instead of flight, it's correct.
Flight's expensive, but man, they're good.
Yes, so. That's pretty much it. We attempted to try warranty. They're claiming we can't use warranty, so we've got to pay the $7,000.
We don't, it's not, you said it's spec'd out, so if it's spec'd out in the original, it wasn't.
It didn't specify
It
the
doesn't
TC
specify.
seals, though. That's the problem. It didn't.
Yeah.
So yes, yes, we tried the warranty
that-
route. They said
Yeah.
Did it just have carbon and ceramic?
it had the ceramic, I believe, is what it had
Yeah.
originally, and
Yeah.
so.
I mean, we use those in food, but not.
Yeah.
All right, any further discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Jen,
Yeah.
Nathan,
Yeah. Yes.
John,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yep.
Else is at 7:46.
Yeah, the other one I believe is actually for water. I do believe the valve project. So I don't have anything else, Pat, for sewer unless you do.
We'll just scratch the waste off that.
Yeah, I think so anyway. I might be reading that wrong, but if not, we have a water project that
All right,
compared to
John?
this, we'll run with it. No, all it is we just completed the valve project that you guys approved. That's
Okay.
literally all it is, Friday. So
Any further, John?
that's all it was.
I did meet with Erica today about the water committee and she brought me up to speed on how the billing was done, the collections and things of that nature. And I just had asked her about, I noticed on our Facebook page, we were mailing the water bills from Rockford and it was something she thought we would try to see if it would go better. And I actually got my water bill today and the original picture from Palatine or wherever it's scanned was actually Monday. So I mean, I don't know if that means it was faster or not, but I appreciate her at least trying some different things to see if they go faster, get everybody. And then we had a couple people come in with water bills while I was there. And Erica, you handled yourself very well with people. We're very lucky to have that type of customer service at the window. So
I praise that.
that's it.
All right. Unfinished business. We're down to 2.
Is that why there's no public?
What's that?
that why there's no public?
Could be. You're not ready to attack.
Oh.
And Dan, have you heard anything back from the Verizon lawyer? 6 months?
Although, aren't they wanting to talk with us now about new stuff up there?
I did respond to them, in response to that fence graffiti, issue, and they asked us to confirm it was resolved, and I said, yes, thank you. And, and that's, I
Years ago.
included that, in the message. I've not been.
All right.
Still going back through their emails.
And billing us and billing everybody.
All right. Public, how peaceful.
Motion to adjourn, second.
Don makes a motion to adjourn. Patrick seconds. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign.
Did they shut down the Coyote?
Adjourned at 7:48. No.
No, just the Rochelle one, right?
Oh, they shut down the Ogle County